I'm about to make a name for myself here. JoJo Siwa has gone insane. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with your JoJo lore, well, yeah. Now, who is JoJo Siwa? Is the question. JoJo was one of those dance mom kids that were always crying because of the actual abuse that went on in the show. She then transitioned to Nickelodeon, which, if you don't know, has their own lore. Now, JoJo became a star at Nickelodeon. She had movies, shows. She dropped a song that has over 1 billion views. Now, with all the publicity, JoJo was a child star, so throughout the years, she had to keep up the child image and persona. Everything was always sunshine and rainbows, whether she liked it or not. Her outfits were always joyful and colorful. I mean, if she turned like an inch toward the sun, you'd get flashbanged by sparkles.
Hey, you.
Now, JoJo has always had this thing about her that was always off. I don't know what it was, but she seemed a little too perky and too joyful for my taste.
I always knew that I had it inside.
So this brings us to JoJo's current state. Her bad girl arc is what I like to call it. JoJo posted that she was now going to be 18 plus content only or something like that, which at first had me like, we're getting JoJo Siwa OnlyFans before GTA 6? What the fuck? But it turned out to just be her saying fuck all the time and getting fake tattoos and humping everything in sight, which, you put it like that, I guess I'm 18 plus too then. Since then, JoJo's been the hot topic every couple of weeks, whether it be a goofy dance she did or touching herself on stage. Karma was a real kickoff to the bad girl arc because this is when she went all out. She dressed up as if Kiss was a WWE team. The music video was all kinds of ridiculous. That's where the humping started. Now, the Karma dance became viral for how absolutely goofy it is, and by no one's surprise, Karma did fucking terrible. JoJo would then go on and celebrate how her song is on the top of the list of the most disliked songs of 2024.
Your #1 first place overall goes to Karma by JoJo Siwa with an astonishing, record-breaking 3.1 million dislikes!
Hey, any press is good press, you know what I'm saying? JoJo released Guilty Pleasure and just, wow.
But what the hell, boy?
By this time, JoJo's made a name for herself for all these goofy dances, and to be honest, that's the only way her songs gain any traction. JoJo released like a whole album, and the only songs anyone's ever heard are the 2 with the crackhead dances. JoJo was a hot topic again when she released the music video. Not only did she have the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse dance number, but her tampon fell out while doing the dance in the music video. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like 90% sure this was a publicity stunt because there's no fucking way. And you're gonna tell me that got through all the editing and post-production and everything that, you know, all the people that have to look at it before and nobody noticed, but once it got released, everybody saw it. It's kind of hard to miss. Listen, even if it's not her tampon and it's just part of the suit, when you realize that, hey, a piece of my fucking suit fell off, did we get that on camera? Redo the shot. So upon the release of Guilty Pleasure, to celebrate, JoJo rented out at Dave & Buster's, because Chuck E. Cheese is where a kid can be a kid.
I have shit just about every brick possible.
What?
I've cried 3 times today. I've thrown 2 tantrums, 3 meltdowns. Shot.
But Robbie from Victoria showed up, so way to support your Nickelodeon fam. So with the release of her songs, JoJo's been doing shows. If someone thought that'd be a good idea. So JoJo likes to hump the air and touch herself during these shows. Even though there's kids watching, she straight out points out a kid and asks, why would you bring a kid to the show? Then says, hey, I love that you're here, right after she finished spreading the meat curtains.
There is a 6-year-old right there. Why the fuck are you here? I love it. I am so here for it. You're awesome, dude.
And quite frankly, that's disgusting. I mean, I hate to be that person. What if a dude was up there and he was just swinging the schlong around like a helicopter and then points a kid out in the audience and says, hey, I'm glad you're here to see that. He would be shocked. But people were more upset that JoJo was drinking cheap liquor on stage than they were with that. People were actually calling her out for drinking cheap liquor on stage, which is like, okay. I mean, just because she makes money doesn't mean she gotta buy the most expensive thing on the shelf. I mean, shit, if I was rich, I'd still be drinking that Smirnoff Ice. You ready? So to combat the backlash, JoJo then decided to drink Fireball on stage.
I've been in the press because I drank Tito's on stage. I'm gonna have fucking Fireball.
You know that one friend that you could just give them a can of Monster and tell them there's like 1% alcohol in there, and they'll act like they just drank like 15 shots after only drinking half of the can? Yeah, that's her. That shit pisses me the fuck. And that pretty much puts you up to speed on the JoJo lore and how insane she's becoming. I left some things out. A lot of things, because if I talk about all that, it's gonna be like a 3-hour video or something. You can make like a 7-hour video on all the JoJo lore. It is insane. So I made a JoJo Siwa bingo card for what I think she'll do by the end of the year, and some of these are absurd. I mean, we got things like goofy ass dance, she's bound to make another one of those, something to do with Kanye, quits music, leak pics, accident on stage, pregnant, death, all these type of things. This is just my predictions of what I think she might do by the end of 2024, but who knows with JoJo. Maybe in a couple of months I'll be making a video on how I hit bingo on the card. Maybe multiple times.